The brand new for 2019 and 2020 TITLEIST 620 CB irons. Let's do it, and let's do it now. So everyone, just before we get started, today I have tested every single iron, apart from the MB, that TITLEIST are releasing for 2019 and 2020. Hit those comments below and let me know which iron are you looking forward to testing the most. Hi everyone, James Robinson here. If you're new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, first of all, welcome to the channel. And second of all, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before you leave. On this channel, I bring you guys daily golf related content every single day that hopefully helps you raise your game, helps you lower that handicap, and generally just gets you enjoying golf loads more. In today's video I have the brand new TITLEIST 620 CB irons, and they look pretty special. They don't feel bad either. You see, the big thing for me with TITLEIST MB and CB irons is each generation they really don't need to change that much. If it's not broke, TITLEIST are very good at not fixing it. However, with the brand new 620 CB there are a few changes, in particular in the long irons, which luckily enough I have here. You see, just like in the brand new T100 iron, we have high density weighting in the toe and heel for more forgiveness on off-centre strikes in the long irons. So you're really starting to see that little bit more technology seep into the CB. That one needed more than technology. So you're really starting to see that technology from TITLEIST more forgiving clubs seep into the CB range, which I personally think is fantastic. But you see, when it comes down to the TITLEIST MB and CB range, it's not just about technology, it's not just about performance. These things are about aesthetics, they're about looking good, they're about a tour player putting them down by the ball and thinking, yep, that looks stylish, it looks sleek, it looks just how I want it to when I'm taking it into a major championship, a European Tour event, a PGA Tour event, an LPGA Tour event. For the sake of today's testing, I've got the 5 iron, the 7 iron and the 9 iron, and I'm going to put them through the paces. Now, one thing certainly has to be said about these TITLEIST 620 CBs, they look fantastic, they still look stylish, they've still got that kind of tradition about them that TITLEIST always get into the MB and CB range. I've not actually got the MB to test today, but I'm going to get that on the channel as soon as possible. So if you're one of the guys who, like I am really, who really wants to get hold of that MB because they look absolutely gorgeous, there's a picture of them there for you. Oh, I know, right? Then make sure you stay tuned to the channel for that. Oh, that felt insane. Oh, like butter. Now, I've always been a big fan of TITLEIST irons. I always used the MBs, and I actually used to have split sets of MBs and CBs right through my kind of assistant professional career when I was working at golf clubs, and I loved them. I always went down for a fitting at TITLEIST, and I always used to say, right, I'm going to go for a set of AP2s, it's going to help me with my game, it's going to help my ball striking, and ultimately lower my scores. And every single time I used to leave that fitting centre with a brand new set of TITLEIST MB irons. It'd always generally be MB irons from pitching wedge to about 6 iron, and then I'd have 5 iron, 4 iron in the CB. Now, TITLEIST are trying to not get away from that as such, but if you do look at the new CB range, you have a little bit more forgiveness in the long irons, and then as you get down to kind of the 8 iron, the 9 iron, the pitching wedge, in particular the 9 iron that I have here, you can see how it looks really sleek, it looks really small. Looking down at the ball, you would almost think it looks like an MB. It's not quite there though, is it, looking at it like that? And you know, it's always been a funny thing because I'm a firm believer that the TITLEIST MB iron always helps sell the TITLEIST CB iron, because the MB iron you can romance about, you can think, oh, TITLEIST MB irons, in the bag they look aesthetically perfect, they look beautiful, they look traditional, they've got a lovely short blade length. But then you go for a fit-in, and unless you're like me and you're just kind of blindsided and narrow-minded into the MB range, if you have a couple of brain cells to rub together, you'll probably end up with something else, unless you're a complete player and ball striker, in which case, good for you, I'm very, very jealous. But you will probably end up with kind of a CB, maybe even in the past an AP2, now a T100. People will go in for an MB and kind of want the middle ground. They don't quite want the T100. They know really probably shouldn't 100%. They shouldn't have the MB. So the logical answer has to be this. And I'll tell you what, the sleeker looks on the CBs now is definitely helping that. They're really catering for someone who wants a real small looking blade length. And on that note, guys, I've just hit a load of shots there with the Titleist 620 CB, 5-iron, 7-iron and 9-iron. Let's take a look at the numbers and then let's have a bit of a recap. So guys, let's start with the 5-iron. A couple of nice shots in there. Didn't really hit any bad ones. The last one was probably the worst of the bunch, bringing the averages down. Average distance 185, which for a 5-iron, it's not too bad. I think with a different set of irons, you probably notice a big difference there. Spinning nicely at 4,500, really like that as a number. Club head speed at 92 and a ball speed of 122.2 average. Now what about the gapping? So if we take a look at the 7-iron, all pretty nice shots. Didn't hit many bad ones with that at all. Really enjoyed that actually. Distance 166, so 185, 166. You would then probably hope that the 6-iron would go 175-ish, then you've got a nice 10-yard gap in. Club speed at 90.8, ball speed 115.8 and a spin of 5,842 on average, which isn't bad for this type of club. Maybe it could be a little bit higher in the 6,000s, but not bad at all. What about the small, sleek, beautiful 9-iron? Now there was one real bad shot in there. Was there? Yeah. Now there was one real bad shot in there, which was the first one. That wasn't a push fade, that was a shank. So I'm going to take that out because that's neither use nor ornament for anyone. So average distance 151 with a club speed of 88.5, ball speed 112 and a nice spin of 7,500. Again, that could be a tiny bit more, but I don't personally mind it. So looking at groupings there for the CBs, remember I have the odd numbers here. 9-iron 151, 7-iron 166 and 5-iron 185. So a nice 10-yard gap realistically there, but the gapping does get a little bit tight between the 7-iron and the 9-iron. So guys, there you have it. They are the numbers for the Titleist 620 CB irons, and personally I'm quite happy with those. These are more kind of players irons than game improvement irons, so the true lofted, the true numbered, and for me, I'm quite happy with that. I absolutely love the look of these clubs. I love what Titleist are trying to do with putting a little bit more technology into the longer irons, the 4-iron, the 5-iron, and then I love what they're trying to do with the shorter irons, trying to really finish them off nice, make them look a little bit smaller, making them look a little bit more like they're in the MB family rather than the CB family. I do still think we're going to see people play split sets of these, and I think that's absolutely perfect for a lot of people. For me, if I was looking at these, I just can't see past the MBs. They look absolutely beautiful. But guys, I am testing the whole Titleist range today, so that will be on the channel as soon as possible, and I'm going to do a big video collaborating all of these irons and putting them head to head, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Just like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure you do hit those comments below. Let me know which Titleist iron you're looking forward to trying the most in 2019 and 2020. 2020. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Leave a like if you've enjoyed the content. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow.